When it comes to elevating the flavor of your favorite dishes, few condiments can compete with the irresistible allure of teriyaki sauce. This glossy, deeply savory, and subtly sweet sauce has crossed oceans from its Japanese origins to earn a place in kitchens around the globe. Whether you're drizzling it over grilled chicken, tossing it with vegetables, or using it as a marinade for salmon, teriyaki sauce brings a vibrant burst of umami that makes every bite unforgettable. But what if you could recreate that perfect balance of flavors at home, customizing the sweetness, saltiness, and intensity to your own taste? Today, let's embark on a journey to craft a truly mouth-watering teriyaki sauce from scratch. A simple yet transformative recipe you absolutely must try. Teriyaki sauce is, at its heart, a harmony of just a handful of ingredients. Traditionally, it's made with soy sauce, mirin, and sugar, forming the core of its signature taste. Some variations add sake, ginger, garlic, or even a touch of honey for complexity. The result is a sauce that dances between salty, sweet, and savory, with a glossy finish that clings beautifully to whatever it touches. Crafting your own teriyaki sauce not only allows you to control the quality of each ingredient, but it also opens the door to endless possibilities. You can adjust the flavor profile to suit your preferences, experiment with new additions, or tweak the consistency for different culinary uses. Start by gathering the essentials: high-quality soy sauce, mirin, sake, and sugar. If you don't have sake, you can substitute with a dry sherry or even a splash of rice vinegar, though the flavor will be slightly different. Mirin is a sweet Japanese rice wine that lends teriyaki its characteristic shine and mellow sweetness. If you can't find mirin, a mixture of honey and a little rice vinegar can stand in. Beyond the basics, consider fresh ginger and garlic to add warmth and depth, and a spoonful of honey or brown sugar for a richer sweetness. Begin by measuring out half a cup of soy sauce, a quarter cup of mirin, a quarter cup of sake, and 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Pour them all into a small saucepan. If you're adding ginger and garlic, grate about a teaspoon of fresh ginger and finely mince a clove of garlic. Then stir them into the mixture. Place the saucepan over medium heat and whisk gently to dissolve the sugar. As the sauce warms, the sugars will melt and mingle with the salty, savory notes of the soy sauce, while the mirin and sake contribute a subtle acidity and aroma. Bring the mixture to a gentle simmer, watching carefully to avoid boiling. The goal is to allow the flavors to blend and the sauce to thicken slightly. If you prefer a thicker teriyaki sauce, you can stir in a slurry made from 1 teaspoon of cornstarch mixed with a tablespoon of water. This will give the finished sauce a luscious, clingy texture that's perfect for glazing meats or drizzling over rice bowls. Simmer the sauce for 5 to 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. As it reduces, the color deepens and the aroma intensifies, hinting at the flavor explosion to come. Taste the sauce as it cooks. If you'd like it sweeter, add an extra spoonful of sugar or honey. For a spicier kick, a pinch of crushed red pepper flakes or a drizzle of chili oil can be stirred in. The beauty of making teriyaki sauce at home is that you control every nuance. Once the sauce has reached your desired thickness and flavor, remove it from the heat and strain out any solids if you added ginger or garlic. Let it cool to room temperature before transferring to a jar or bottle. The sauce will continue to thicken slightly as it cools, resulting in a glossy, rich condiment ready to transform your meals. Now, let's talk about how to use this versatile teriyaki sauce. The possibilities are nearly endless. For classic teriyaki chicken, marinate boneless, skinless chicken thighs in the sauce for at least 30 minutes, then grill, broil, or pan-sear until caramelized and tender. Baste the chicken with extra sauce during the final moments of cooking to create a sticky, flavorful glaze. Serve with steamed rice and sautéed vegetables for a comforting Japanese-inspired meal. Salmon teriyaki is another crowd pleaser. Brush fillets with the sauce and bake or grill until the fish is just cooked through and the surface glistens with a sweet, savory sheen. The sauce's sticky texture locks in moisture, ensuring every bite is succulent and satisfying. For a vegetarian twist, toss cubes of firm tofu or blanched broccoli in the sauce and roast until lightly caramelized. Teriyaki sauce also makes a fantastic stir-fry base. Stir it into a hot wok full of crisp vegetables, tender beef slices, or even noodles for a quick and flavorful dinner. Beyond the traditional uses, teriyaki sauce can be a secret weapon in your culinary repertoire. Try it as a dipping sauce for dumplings, spring rolls, or tempura. Drizzle it over roasted sweet potatoes or grilled zucchini for an unexpected burst of flavor. Mix a spoonful into mayonnaise or yogurt for a tangy, umami-rich salad dressing or sandwich spread. Even a simple bowl of steamed rice becomes a treat with a splash of homemade teriyaki sauce. One of the most satisfying aspects of making teriyaki sauce from scratch is the ability to tailor it to your dietary needs and preferences. If you're watching your sodium intake, swap regular soy sauce for a low-sodium version. For a gluten-free option, use tamari instead of soy sauce. To create a vegan-friendly sauce, use plant-based sweeteners like maple syrup or agave in place of honey. The recipe is endlessly adaptable, ensuring everyone at your table can enjoy its irresistible flavor. The history of teriyaki sauce is as rich as its taste. The word teriyaki comes from the Japanese terms teri, meaning shine or luster, and yaki, meaning to grill or broil. The sauce was originally developed as a way to flavor and glaze grilled fish and meats, giving them a beautiful sheen and a savory sweet crust. Over centuries, the recipe has evolved and spread, becoming a beloved staple not just in Japan, but around the world. Today, teriyaki sauce is a symbol of the ingenuity and simplicity of Japanese cooking. An example of how a few well-chosen ingredients can be transformed into something truly extraordinary. When you make teriyaki sauce at home, you're not just following a recipe. You're participating in a culinary tradition that spans generations. Each time you whisk together soy sauce and mirin, simmer the mixture until it thickens and taste the result. You're connecting with cooks and families who have cherished this sauce for centuries. The act of customizing the sauce to your own taste, experimenting with new additions, and sharing it with loved ones creates new memories, adding your own chapter to the story of teriyaki. As you savor your homemade teriyaki sauce, notice the layers of flavor that unfold with each bite. The saltiness of the soy sauce sets the stage, providing a robust backbone. The sweetness of the mirin and sugar softens the edges, creating a smooth, balanced profile. Ginger and garlic add warmth and complexity, while the optional splash of sake or vinegar brightens and sharpens the sauce. Together, these elements create a condiment that's more than the sum of its parts, a sauce that's at once familiar and endlessly exciting. Don't be afraid to play with the recipe and make it your own. Want a smokier flavor? Try adding a dash of toasted sesame oil or a sprinkle of ground white pepper. Prefer a tangier taste? Increase the amount of rice vinegar or stir in a spoonful of citrus juice. For a richer, more intense sauce, let it simmer a few minutes longer, reducing until it coats the back of a spoon. The possibilities are limited only by your imagination and palate. Once you've mastered the basic recipe, consider doubling or tripling the batch. Homemade teriyaki sauce keeps well in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks, and having a jar on hand means you're always just moments away from a flavorful meal. It's perfect for busy weeknights when you need a quick dinner, or for weekend gatherings when you want to impress friends and family with your culinary skills. As you integrate teriyaki sauce into your cooking routine, you'll discover new ways to enjoy its delicious flavor. Stir it into fried rice, use it as a glaze for roasted meats, or incorporate it into salad dressings and marinades. The sauce's versatility makes it a true kitchen staple, one that brings people together and elevates even the simplest ingredients. In the end, the magic of teriyaki sauce lies in its ability to transform everyday meals into something special. With just a few pantry staples and a little bit of time, you can create a sauce that rivals any restaurant version and customize it to suit your own tastes. So go ahead. Gather your ingredients, fire up your stove, and experience the joy of making your own teriyaki sauce. Once you taste the results, you'll wonder how you ever cooked without it. Let the rich aroma and glossy finish of homemade teriyaki sauce inspire you to try new recipes, share meals with friends, and celebrate the simple pleasure of good food. Whether you use it as a marinade, glaze, or dipping sauce, This recipe is sure to become a favorite in your kitchen. Give it a try. You won't be disappointed.